The Australian economy has benefited greatly over the last couple of decades from the rapid growth of major economies in the Asia-Pacific region. But now that China's economy has come off the boil, what is the future for business wizards of Oz? I'm joined by Professor Zeger Degraeve, Dean at Melbourne Business School. Professor Degraeve, how do you expect the slowdown in China to affect the Australian economy?
It'll be certainly true that the slowdown in the Chinese economy will affect Australia. I mean, generally the confidence and the energy in the country will be affected. However, I mean, mainly the Australian economy was growing and expanding through the demand for natural resources in China. However, as a result, a lot of support services and support industries have developed around that. Research industry to effectively exploit resources, logistics industry, and so those support industries certainly have global reach and are globally valid and can be applied in other regions in the world as well. The next thing is also that Australia's economy is strongly embedded within the Asia-Pacific region and does not exclusively depend on China, but also the links with Malaysia, with Indonesia, with India help for quite a diversified economy, actually.
I see. So what does that then mean for a school like Melbourne Business School trying to appeal to these different countries in the region? How much does a Chinese shock affect, say, your school and what you're building?
Yeah, Melbourne Business School has been fortunate, right, to be located where it is in the Asia-Pacific region, which has certainly been the global growth engine. However, to take advantage of a location, you need to deliberately lead and manage that process. It doesn't happen out of the blue. Quite a number of years ago, actually, at the start of my tenure, we did a deliberate choice about our region and our regional focus. So our strategies, we found that lots of our global competitors were really focusing on China and India also to establish a presence. Melbourne Business School is it's a boutique school that is really trying to offer world-class premium business education. And we felt at the time that we couldn't spread our leadership and faculty resources too thinly. We decided to focus on Malaysia in the first place and now later on Indonesia market also.
I see. So there's more than just China to the Asia-Pacific region, and it's about the opportunities in other countries maybe now that should be grabbed.
For Melbourne Business School, we have certainly made that strategic choice. The competitive pressures in Malaysia, for instance, are almost non-existent. Indonesia still is going through a development phase, but our commitment to the region will certainly have payoffs in the future.
Business schools are looking on a global scale. The big business schools are still in the US and Europe. Australia had a very dynamic economy, but its business schools haven't been in that top tier ranking. How quickly do you, or at what stage do you think we might possibly see a top 10 Australian business school?
Melbourne Business School has been very much, throughout its history, been focused on its fundamental qualities in research and teaching. I mean, our faculty are some of the most inspiring teachers, actually, that I know, and I've been teaching at many of the global business schools. Our education quality is second to none. That has not always been reflected in the rankings. And there are a number of reasons for that. But certainly there's not been a lack of urgency in Australia. The quality of life has been very good. Melbourne has been voted the most livable city in the world for 5 years in a row. The global competitive pressures have not been felt really directly in Australia and Melbourne. It was an important role of a new dean coming in to explain that a business school, a premium business school, is about the place of Australia in the world also, and Australia needs to become conscious about the fact that it is important to have a highly ranked business school also. Now we are working to make Melbourne Business School one of the premium, well-ranked business schools in the
I
world.
see, I see. So it's getting that Australian get up and go to get up and look out at and grab the opportunity around the world.
Pretty much that's the case. The good fortunes were happening to Melbourne Business School. I think those good fortunes have to be deliberately led and managed.
Thank you, Professor. To keep up to date with business school news and analysis, you can go to ft.com/business education.
Hello and welcome back to The Note. We've had another turbulent day of trading on world markets, but at the end of the day, the picture is not much changed. A lot still rests on